Yo, yeah, it's about that time for that semi-annual guy on the internet talks about himself for half an hour. I feel like it's an appropriate amount of time for me to come out. I keep thinking to myself, why do I keep making these type of videos? And the conclusion I keep coming to is just that I want to. I don't know what it is, but something about something about being able to be transparent about my process and my thoughts on my creations and everything. I feel like, I don't know. I just like having that out there for whatever reason. Yeah, if you're wondering why the camera setup looks a little different than normal, it's because for the longest time I've been always using my camcorder. A camcorder that I've been given in high school. And it's been my only means of recording for the longest time, but I've come to an epiphany somewhat recently. My phone has a better camera than that piece of shit. I never really thought it had good quality. I still think it's pretty ass, and the actual transferring of information from the SD can be very obnoxious, especially because of some way in which it's encoded, which puts it in a file that I can only access by opening it, but I can't take anything out of it. And because of that, I have to transport the entire file. But for some reason, the goddamn footage is multiplied. Whether it's I get the same footage twice, which, by the way, if I record for an hour, that's 2 hours of footage. Sometimes it repeats for 5 times. It happened once. It's been very inconsistent, and it's been very taxing on my memory. So I can't risk doing that anymore. So I'm just better off using my phone, which sucks. I'm thinking of maybe investing in a webcam just so I can have something that feeds directly into the computer, which would be nice. It would mean that if I were to use the new computer, that it being on would be heard in the background while I record audio. That was an issue that I discovered when I was doing the audio for the most recent video before this one, which I will talk about in a second. But yeah, it's been a headache, and so I'm trying to see what I can do to mitigate all that shit. It's gonna be a bit costly, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't really think I'll get something too impressive, nothing that's $500 webcam. Nah, nothing is worth that when it comes to cameras for fucking YouTube, unless you're doing literal corporate work or whatever. So let's actually start by talking about what I want to talk about. This artwork is my desktop background. Personally made it myself a long time ago. I'm really proud of this work, but let's actually look at what videos I've come out with since the last rant. I have to use... I still have the Apple computer. I still have the laptop. I still use it. It's just... I get a new computer. I'm not throwing out the old one. It still somewhat functions. I still have some utility for it. And I'm glad for that because of reasons I'll get into later. But, because I'm recording off my phone, I can't check my phone for this kind of stuff. I have to, have this open and check at it. So this was something that was like, I believe I teased in the last rant. Jesus Christ, that was like 56 minutes? I need to get a life. Yeah, it was definitely teasing about the Nuzlocke and how I was almost done with it, and I can now confidently say the Nuzlocke is over. It is up on YouTube. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend going to check it out. It's probably like in the grand scheme of things, it's not like the most technically impressive thing I've made. It's not even like the most entertaining, but it's the single most satisfying project I think I've ever worked on. At least in terms of like I started that in like, oh my god, that was like, if it was like 4 years ago, that means it was like 2017? Jesus Christ. I started in 2017, and only like a few months ago from now, like, actually got through with completing it. And it's mostly because I kept pushing it off, because I was very demotivated from wanting to play it, because Nuzlocks are fucking stressful, dude, and I was not happy about it. I especially that shit I had to deal with the 8th gym leader. Oh my god. It's enough to break a man. Like, I like to think I'm good at Pokemon, but it's very clearly the people that just, like, casually chew up and spit out a Nuzlocke are just, like, on another level. I have a friend that's just able to do that shit, and, like, they should, like, I say they should stream themselves doing it, but it's, like, an oversaturated market at this point. But yeah, it's really shown me, like, I do not have the attention span nor the stress tolerance to deal with something like that. I'm one of those guys that if I lose at a game and get set and like lose out on a ton of progress that I was working on, like, let's say you're playing like a platformer, let's say you're playing like a Nintendo game and you get pretty far, like old school Nintendo, but you forgot to save when you turn off. I don't touch that shit for like a month, if even. Like, that's just the kind of guy I am. But yeah, so I kept pushing that off, and then the pandemic hit, and I just did not upload anything about it for the entirety of 2020, because, like, I was just so demotivated from working on it at all. Like, did I even do anything 2020? I did. I made, like, really casual content. I'm looking at some of the stuff, and it's like, oh, 1 year. There's no way this was made last year. No. It just hasn't been, like, a year yet. So, like, I think, yeah, I barely do anything most years, but, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I wasn't very motivated to do, like, that series. But I knew, like, I'm so close to beating it. Let me just get it out of the way. Like, literally, I just had the Elite Four left. Like, fucking, last time I worked on it was, like, God, it feels forever. It was, like, oh, man, it was around the same time I did, like, the Hey Aunt Jemima parody. God damn. Time flies, man. So yeah, I just pushed that off to the side, and then around November, I actually picked it up and played it, and basically what I did was grind the fuck out of my Pokemon. Like, straight up, you have no idea how actually long that fucking took. I'm so lucky that there's, like, Audinos that can spawn on any route. I literally went to where, like, the highest level ones spawn and just kept running around till rustled grass would show up, and then just, like, kept kicking the shit out of them. But because they wouldn't show up that often, it took a while. And yeah, like I literally just like was preparing on the side, and then like once I actually made it to the Elite Four, that's when I started recording that, and I'm so glad how it came out. Like, I made a best of video for the Nuzlocke, which you can check out, which should give you all the context you would ever need and more. But there is a fair warning that I need to give with that video. The first half is fucking cringe. Like, it is straight up cringe, and I do not like it, but I had to include it for context, and because it's a best of each episode, and if one episode is nothing but cringe, then the least cringe shit gets put in. That's just how it works. It's so interesting to see how my humor has evolved over time. And like, even as like recent as 2017, like, I wasn't really all that funny or as funny as I thought I was. And now I've gotten to a point where I'm very, like, I've always felt confident in my humor, but I'm at a point where I genuinely believe that, like, my humor isn't cringe or won't be cringe, at least not completely. I can never really imagine how the future will redefine or recontextualize my my actions or my words or my fucking my jokes or whatever. Not to say that I do anything offensive, but just like it's just not as funny as it was back then. But like that whole fucking like when I technically lost the Nuzlocke and like had that whole inspirational speech about just like, oh, I'm gonna put my fucking foot down, I'm gonna do, like, it was cute, but man, it's just, there's just so much of that shit I can't really look at like dead in the eye anymore. Like, even like as I was playing the game, like the fact that I called the Stoutland Doggo is just like, oh, it hit different. It really do. Yeah, so that's just, I mean, thankfully there were some diamonds in the rough. I do genuinely like some of the jokes that I've made, and I do feel like the series itself has led itself to really funny jokes, in my opinion. I am still very thankful about the face. If you know about the face, you know about the face. I might show the face. But, yeah, nowadays I have a different face I like to shit on. I have to say, I never actually expected to win. Especially when, like, especially when the Reuniclus died. That was like a huge disrupt in my strategy for the champion. And like, I technically could have won with like more Pokemon on my team, but like I just was not paying attention to certain thing. Like, was I supposed to be under the assumption that my superior would be faster than a full HP Archeops? Like, if I knew that, I would have threw that in. I would have like saved a mon or two. But like, surviving with the Crobat and the Chandelure, I can live with that. I can honestly live with that. It's a little weird, but yeah, I can live with that. And I completely forgot to give him the flying gem at the end. I'm a dumbass. How the fuck did I win that? Like, genuinely, how did I win that? But you know what? Dude, it was so surreal. Then there was like that fucking, like when I beat the Lapras, like I had like such a huge adrenaline rush that like I was having like severe like pains in my chest and my gut. Like, I've never had, like, it really shows like how stressed out and on edge I was about that, where I've never experienced that in my whole life. Like, thankfully, like, nothing really became of it. I've just stayed the same. It was just like that one moment was like fucking, like, it actually kind of hurt me. Thank you, Game Freak. I can confidently say you have caused me physical pain. No, but, like, for a good few weeks, my heart did definitely feel like it was a little more sensitive than normal. Like, it did go away, though, thankfully, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just like a spastic cardiac thing, I would imagine. I'm not a doctor. I can't claim to know what it is, but I'm good now. Yeah, I guess that's more of a wake-up call than anything else, that I just really need to work on my cholesterol. Yeah. It's whatever. I'm not dead yet, so. Yeah, so that was fun. I, more than anything, am just so fucking happy to be done with it. I spent so much time on that one video, and that's even if you exclude, like, me working on the other videos to build up to that in the first place. I have spent more time on that one video than any other video on my channel. Even the shit that I've done for, like, class projects, that shit looks better and I think is more entertaining. But this shit I put so much effort into because of how satisfying of a conclusion this ended up becoming. I wanted to draw every single one of the Pokemon. I wanted this to be like, I wanted the stakes to be set to be, like, really high. I knew, like, exactly what the outro music was going to be before I even heard the credits theme. Like, I knew I had to use it because it was just thematically appropriate. Like, there was just so much stuff I knew I had to do. And then, like, ever since the beginning of the game, I knew the only way I could end this series properly is to take a ride on that bridge. To me, Pokemon Black and White, 5th generation of Pokemon just in general, to me, the thing that I remember the most from that game is riding my bike on that bridge for the first time and hearing the music, seeing, like, the changed camera angles. Like, it was such an experience. It was not only just, like, cinematic. I was playing through that experience. That was me going through it. And that was, like, the most magical thing about that gen, and I think that's the most, like, defining thing about that gen, is that it was able to fill you with a sensation that Pokemon has never been able to do in any game before or after. That's the beauty of Gen 5. Is it my favorite generation? No. It has my favorite Pokemon, but it also has my least favorite Pokemon, so it kind of balances out. I'll be fair, his redesign in the most recent game, I actually approve of, so that's nice. I'm very thankful that I'm able to confidently say I have played through each iteration of Pokemon. I haven't beaten Red and Heart Gold. I haven't beaten the Elite Four in Yellow version. I still have that, and I technically, like, I don't have a working copy of Gold or Silver, the originals. But every other game I have played and beaten. I need to beat Heart Gold. That's a vendetta I have, but, like, I'll get to that eventually, or I won't. I don't fucking care. Yeah, it's just crazy to think I've been working on that project for that long. It feels longer, weirdly enough. But I feel like it's very appropriate that I was finally able to... What the fuck? God fucking I'm muting this. There we go. Holy shit. Fucking Discord! Anyway, with the mood entirely broken now, I will wrap this up by saying, to anyone who's been following me since the beginning, aka Tommy and literally no one else, to anyone who has decided to watch the finale, to anyone who bothered watching the best of and stomaching the cringe, I genuinely want to say thank you. Because while it was nice to say I technically did a Nuzlocke, not really. While I can confidently say that I have beaten Pokemon Black 2, White 2, this experience would not be nearly as entertaining if I didn't put in any effort to make any of these videos, which I'm very thankful for. It's given me a good chance to improve upon not only my humor and even some aspects of my editing, but also it's given me a chance to improve my art. I don't really think my art is that good, but I think it's mostly because of the tools I have available. I don't really know how people are able to get them that smooth. I know they use maybe it's something I have to do with Photoshop, but I just don't really know what it is. Like, maybe I just have to change the way the pen works or something with the brush. I mean, brush tool. Maybe that's it. I'm not quite sure. All I know is that I had fun making it, and I hope you had or have fun experiencing it. And in between those videos, I made a shitpost, which was really funny. That was the biggest thing that I've been working on ever since the last rant, for sure. And now that I finally have that out of the way, I can actually fucking work on the big project video. And I have been procrastinating that shit forever because the fucking Nuzlocke has been taking priority, and even though I now have an excuse to work on it, I'm still not getting it done. Man, I need to explain this shit. It's so boring, dude. Like, working on it, like, I can't keep my attention span on it for too long, or I'll just get so overwhelmingly bored, because this shit is like over 2 hours long. 2 hours! It's gonna be like the longest large-scale project I have ever worked on, and I don't even like the process of making it. But I'm very passionate about what I'm saying, and I feel it's more important than entertaining. And that's why I'm making it. Because it's something I genuinely believe needs to be expressed, needs to be spread across the internet as much as possible. And I'll reveal more information as I get closer to when it's to its completion. AKA, I ain't saying shit until it's actually coming out. But it is genuinely something that I am very personally invested in, and I'm making it more as a PSA than an actual entertaining video. I'm trying to scale back so I can keep myself in check with actually making it within a reasonable time, and all the audio is cut up, and I'm working on the visuals, and I want to say like either a quarter or halfway done. I don't actually remember, but I'm getting to a point where the process is getting smoother. But because I have to insert some of my own fucking humor, the edits are going to take longer to make anyway. So, like, I'm trying to make it the best I can. I haven't even done any of the scoring yet or anything. I need to get some, like, music to put in there and everything. It's going to take a long ass time. And I'm not looking forward to having to work on that, but at the same time, I'm very much looking forward to its completion. Not to say that it's something that I can be proud of making, but it's something that I can say I'm proud exists. And that's kind of the mindset I'm going in with this project. But anyway, going back to what I was actually talking about, fucking April Fools, am I right, gamers? Dude, I'm so proud of how that came out. Like, I need to emphasize, I never at any point watched any of that shit that people get nostalgic over from like 2007, 2009 or whatever, YouTube. I never really got into YouTube until like much later in life, like I want to say like 2010, 2011-ish. And even then I wasn't really into YouTube. I was watching Family Guy clips. Yeah, I was that guy. My parents think it's the spawn of Satan and wouldn't let me watch more than an episode a day. Oh, I think that's reasonable. Dude, my parents are fucking stupid sometimes. Or at least back then they were. Now they're only marginally incompetent. Nah, but like, for real, I didn't watch those kind of videos where it was like Windows Movie Maker looking shit, transitions and whatever. Like the you know that fucking song? Yeah, I never watched any of that shit. But like, I've seen people get nostalgic over that and like make joke edits out of that shit, and I'm like, damn, that's funny. I wonder if I could do that. And you know what I did? You wanna know what I fucking did? I made that fucking video at like 30 FPS or whatever, right? But when I compressed it and exported it, it was at like 25. So like the frame rate looks like ass. The spelling errors are everywhere. Did you know that dinosaur that has the N-word in its name, that's real? That's a real fucking dinosaur? Yeah, that was fun to make. If you pay attention, it's not actually even 10, it's 9. Oh, man. The funny thing with the shitty, like, audio is, like, I was doing everything I can to make it sound as bad as possible without going too far. I feel like I struck a good balance with it. But, like, the thing where I fumbled at the end with changing the song, trying to turn it off, that was real. That was genuine. But it worked, so I just ran with it. You'll love to see it. So that was that. Really enjoyed that. I really enjoy making falsifier content just because the community on Reddit, at least, like, they're real, like, supportive of each other. They're real wholesome and, like genuinely, it's a positively tightly knit community. Like, there's really no toxicity, like, anywhere. And whenever it's brought up, it's done as a joke. There's two guys that both coordinated putting up, like, there's a Vivosaur where it's like a turtle with a map on it, and its name is similar to Elon Musk, so they made a pun out of it. and they both made their own version, uploaded it on the same day, and commented on each other going, "Hey, you stole my idea! Fuck you!" Call me again. Fuck off. Like, I can tell because it's on my phone, the notification. God damn it. It was fun. The people, the fans, the community, they're fun too. They're able to make really good art, especially my boy Zesty Zeno. Shout out to you again. Yeah, they do good shit. Surprisingly, a lot of memes, really good memes too. Like they're funny when they want to be. But now I'm just like getting off topic. Now I talk about big boy shit. Fucking computer over there. You can't see it, it's off screen. Whatever. I made that video as a test to see what it would be like to make a video on that thing, and I've come across a few hurdles. I didn't think that going from version 6 to 5.5 would be that big of a drop, but holy shit. That's yikes. Okay, to be fair, it's actually not that bad. It's very comprehensible. It's similar in a lot of manners, but there's like one big teeny little issue that's a big deal. So whenever you use Premiere, when I use Premiere, I like drop the video in and the audio attached to it goes into like whatever audio channel you want it to. For whatever reason, linked audio to video is like thrown right down into the master's channel? Why? Also, like, if you notice, like, the video looked a little out of sync, it's because some of the footage was a little, the footage was slowed down in comparison to, like, the audio, which was an issue that I used to have on this piece of shit with that old-ass camcorder until I figured out how to fix it. Now I'm back to square one with this shit. I don't know what causes it. I don't know why it happens. It's so weird. So, like, I have to do what I used to do where, like, I have to be aware of this shit because I wasn't aware of this until, like, after I already cut up the footage, so I can't really do that. Where it's like I have to take the whole raw footage and just, like, unlink it, stretch it down, link it again. Or like, fast forward the timing of that shit. Whatever. It's so annoying. Because, like, the whole reason I got that shit is because of issues I'm dealing with this fucking dinosaur of a fucking... So, like, Nuzlocke, am I right? I already spoke everything I want to about that. But, like, the thing you don't know... Holy shit, there were... so fucking many goddamn post-production issues. Like, the raw footage that I took off my phone, like you're seeing right now, I try to put it in the editing bay. Not even the editing bay. I try to put it into Premiere so it'll recognize it. And it took so fucking long to do it, I thought it was crashing and would not accept it. Because that's what I expect from this thing at this point. Because, again, like I said in the other video, the bitrate for the software is different from the actual computer. Because I'm a dumbass. And so, like, I just don't expect anything to work. So, like, I'm trying to troubleshoot, like, all this stuff, and it was, like, stressing me the fuck out. And I didn't know what to do. And then I just decided, oh, wait, I'll just wait, see what happens. And it goes in. I want to fucking shoot myself. And, like, even while editing, it would sometimes stutter and slow down. But nothing was actually wrong with the footage. It's just the preview. I don't know what the fuck happened with the footage. But it was apparently so good that Premiere could not handle it. My fucking footage was too good. There was a lot that I had to go through behind the scenes of that video where it got to a point where I was wondering if I could even use the footage at all. But I was able to figure it out, and I was able to do it. It was the most stressful fucking post-production I've ever had to deal with, and it was that, completing that video is what made me realize I can't rely on my fucking Apple laptop anymore to make content that I want to make, especially if it's going to be long form, like I typically make. But it's also kind of an issue when this thing isn't all that reliable either. I'm gonna try and edit this on the new computer and give it another shot. Maybe it was just some growing pains or whatever. I'm gonna do what I can, but it's very much discouraged me from wanting to do anything like that. Like, I want to do more of the Fossil Fighters playthrough. Like, I want to do more ideas that I also have. Like, there's like, it's like an idea for a series that I have in my head where I want to review like a bunch of stuff from one thing, and it's gonna take a long ass time to do it. But it's like something I really want to do. But I can't really do that if I can't really rely on the fucking software to function the way I want it to. It's very discouraging. It's also an issue with like the footage as well. Like I said, like this camera, that's another reason why I want to invest in a webcam, where it's like if I have the opportunity to make more videos, I can just jump on that at any time. I know I've stated before that my goal is to get like a video out every month. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep to that. I think I already like lost out on that last month. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I'm going to make them as often as I can, as I feel like. Hopefully, when all's said and done, I got everything under control and I actually get the shit that I need. You know, some quality of life stuff, like maybe a ring light or just a light in general, just to make everything look better. Like, I can't rely on these lights forever. I would very much want a green screen for whenever I want to do bits. That would be fun. I want a pop filter for my mic. I need a lot of shit for what I essentially want to do. But it's going to be very fucking costly. I know I've stated in the past, in like a comment on a video once, that I don't like the idea of like asking my fans for money, because it's like it's like I just don't feel comfortable doing that, you know. But I've also been seriously considering a Patreon. But then there's the case of like, would anyone actually like give me money for that shit? The idea has crossed my mind, and I don't really think I would make it that big of a deal with like tiers or whatever. It's like, maybe if it's like, oh, if you're just a patron, like you give me like $1 or more, you have access to like maybe a Discord server where we can all just like hang out and just shoot the shit or whatever. Like maybe I would do that, I don't know. But a part of me that wonders if that's like even viable is just because like I started that Redbubble. Like I still have that Redbubble up, but not a single person has actually bought that shit. So I'm wondering, like, I have the ability to give them a product if they give me money for it, and no one wants that. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, if you would be interested in me starting a Patreon, like, let me know, I guess. Like, no one really watches these videos, so I can't imagine anyone would, like, watching this would be interested enough to tell me. But, like, you know, if you are, let me know. I'll take that into consideration. Yeah, so the only other thing I would want to talk about is the Jack's Films video. I am this is the thing about the Jax Films video is this second one, is that it's definitely taught me something. I can't just bank on the names of famous people in order to get views. It helps. It definitely helps. I would not have gone as seen if it didn't include Jack, but because it did, But I think the thing that I would imagine he as well realized, that he realized, is like making something for the 500th episode of a series installment is like a big deal, but making like doing an edit for like a random episode is just like no one's gonna be as invested in that. So I grossly overestimated like how much it would be seen, and like even then, like it wasn't as seen as like most of the other edits. Probably because I kept procrastinating that project too. But like, dude, when you're dealing with like 28 minutes of nothing, like of just raw footage, how do I comb through that to like get the best bits? Like genuinely. Whatever then. And so that took a while, but I'm proud of how it came out. I think it's really funny. Literally, I just took things that I thought were funny and just used every bit of it. So, like, if there was one thing that didn't seem like it made sense, that's why. Yeah, and I made the intro outro. That was pretty fun to do as well. I felt like that was able to showcase my personality a bit, as well as like clickbaiting you into watching some about Jax Films. That was nice. Yeah, I just had a lot of fun with that, but yeah, I didn't do as good as I thought I would. So I'm gonna keep my expectations in check next time. People seem to like it though. Like I got some positive reception out of it, so that was nice at least. Yeah. I do feel like the intro and outro maybe went a little too long. Yeah. It's whatever. Yeah, it was just fun to be able to do that again. Like, his footage just looks so much infinitely better than mine, so it was a good excuse to just do that. Yeah, that's all I really have to say right now. Yeah. Actually, there was one more thing. Apparently I got canceled. Well, not actually. I was attempted at being canceled, but that failed miserably. And I want to tell this story because, holy shit. I'm on a server, right? And all of the channels are Among Us. No, but like I'm on a Discord server with some friends. It's like friends who were a part of a club that I was in with college, and like I'm there as an alum. Apparently they allow alums from the group to stay, which is cool, I guess. And then like some guy joined the fucking server. I won't say what his name is, but I shared this one meme that was like, I don't even remember what the meme was, but like apparently it was like somewhat. I think I remember what it was. It was I think it was some sort of meme that had some relation to like Black Lives Matter or something. Not at its expense, obviously, but like it was like making fun of other people, making fun of that. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And he viewed that as an opportunity to get political. And that's when the guy started talking about like I need to preface, this is unprompted too. Like, I shared that meme and immediately in general he just goes, you know, those people that stormed the Capitol, They weren't Trump supporters. They were actually Antifa, and it's like, what the fuck? Dude, where is this coming from? And also, no, it wasn't. It's been proven that those are actual Trump supporters. I'm not going to get into it right now because it's not important. But, he was just spouting some conspiracy bullshit. And then, like the people in charge of the server are like, dude, we have a no politics policy. And he's like, but he talks about BLM. And I'm like, dude, that's not. So this motherfucker, like, they give him like a warning, right? You know, they're trying to be nice to him, but he goes off and he's like, no, why am I getting a warning? He does, like, it was like such bullshit. Like, he was getting so toxic, they fucking kicked his ass out of the server. And then, like, he messaged me, he messaged other people on the server. He's like, yo, let me back in. And I'm like, I don't have any authority on that server anymore. Like, I'm just there as a passerby. Like, they make memes of me, but I have no actual power in that server at all. And he was salty about it. Very fucking salty. And then, out of nowhere, my friends messaged me about how this motherfucker. So there was an Instagram account, completely anonymous. It was made under the intent of like showcasing like secret stuff going on campus or whatever. That's what the name implies of the account. But they posted a screenshot of some DMs, not DMs, but like screenshots of messages that I've sent and other people have sent on the server. And I do count this as private because while it's open to anyone who's in the club or whatever, it is still under the expectation that it's just within this group of friends. So, I'm like, how'd they get that screenshot? Who is this? And then my friend did a little digging, and he's like, no way, dude. It's that guy that we kicked out for being toxic. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like, I won't be sharing any of this shit, for obvious reasons. But, let me look at one of the messages that was sent. So, like, so this is the screenshot he took. I say, God have mercy, LOL. Someone said, I'm pretty sure he was a Monsieur fucker. I have a blushing emoji. They say, sorry I'm being, sorry that if I'm bothering people. And I reply, nah, it's fine. We love shitting on people behind their backs. Like this kind of face as an emote. And like he censored out one of the guys on the server who wasn't a part of the conversation. Which, okay, first of all, very selective. Very fucking selective. As if that screenshot could not indicate already, it was very, very ironic. Like, it was very much done in a joking way. Like, we don't actually, like, talk shit on people's backs. At least, like... At least not to the extent that the guy's, like, acutely... Like, this is what he says, like... Bro, one of the members of this club admitted they talk shit behind people's backs. I have hundreds of screenshots to expose. Should I make a whole other account just for exposing like the club name? And like, if I have to sit down and explain why that's like, he has like so little dirt that he's stretching to make it like, oh, he loves talking shit behind people's backs. Like, first of all, everyone does it. And there's nothing wrong with, like, doing that. Like, as long as you're not insulting people to their face, that's fine. except you who took that screenshot. You want to know what's funny about this screenshot is that it's not even a screenshot. He just literally took his phone up to his monitor and took a picture. Fucking dumbass. Print screen, you ever heard of it? Whatever. So yeah, dude just like I don't know, like he straight up was like taking what I was saying out of context and making it out to be worse than it was. And even that wasn't even all that bad. Like, so why am I complaining about it? It's like there's nothing that pisses me off more in this world than trying to get to lie about shit that people have done when they haven't actually done it. Like, if you're like, oh my god, he's so fucking abusive, he's never touched you once in his fucking life. Like, that kind of shit. Like, I've always been sensitive to like, that kind of, like, miscommunication, like, complete, like, slanderization of someone's character. Like, you know those shows when you were a kid where they would do the body swap episodes, like the Freaky Friday episodes? I cringe every time I watch those episodes, and I still do, because I just can't. I hate that shit. I don't know what it is. Maybe it says more about me, but it's just I hate that shit. I cannot stand that shit. Not even for just like taking advantage of it. It's like I can't stand it because of like other reasons. Whatever. There was another part. Going back to what I was saying, I keep talking over myself. The guy censors, like, very shittily, by the way. Like, you can't see it, but, like, he scribbles out someone's name, even though you can still, like, make out parts of the name, and you can very clearly see his icon. Like, he tried scribbling over that, but he, like, barely covered any of it, so it's very clear who the fuck that was if you're on the server. Yeah, like, he censored him. He didn't censor my name. He didn't censor the other person's name that I was talking to. Like, why even bother at that point? I don't know what went on through his head to do that. There was another part where, like, someone was having a genuine mental breakdown on the server. And we were trying to, like, they were acting, like, delusional and whatever. We were trying to help them, like, come back down to reality. And, like, I was helping take part in it. Like, was I a little harsh? Yeah. There were some things that I did apologize for. But, like, he took out of context. I don't have the screenshot here, but I said something like, if this is, like, genuinely, like, something that you feel like you need, like, something that you feel, then you should really try seeking therapy. You know what the motherfucker said when he took that screenshot? He's like, wow, he just told this poor innocent victim that she should get fucking therapy. How inconsiderate. Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, therapy is important, dude. I see therapy, like, every week. Like, as I'm recording, I have a meeting fucking tomorrow. Like, it's... everyone could benefit from it. Genuinely. There's no reason not to. Aside from, like, whether or not you're able to financially, like, obtain it is another thing. But, like, I was trying to help as a friend. So, like, even within that example taken out of context, he looks like a dipshit. Even people, like, in the comments were like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? He was getting, like, no attention from it, too. So he was, like, kind of salty about it. And you probably wonder, how do you get these screenshots? Turns out, there was an imposter among us. Yeah! Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. We had someone undercover on the server parading around to be some person, when in actuality, it was the dipshit the whole time. this motherfucker was like, like, I've been in chat with this guy. He's kept himself muted because he realized if he spoke, we'd know exactly who he was. I played Among Us with this guy. Like, literally, I played Among Us with this guy, and I'm just like, dude, where were you? Why aren't you telling me? Silence. And we were just like, I guess we don't know why he's playing the game, but whatever. Fucking wow. And then when it was obvious we found out who he was, he kept like sending messages purposefully spelt wrong. Like, he would spend like 5 minutes typing something, and then it would come out purposefully misspelled and wrongfully capitalized and whatever. Eventually, once we were able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that it was him, just fucking yeeted it. Or he left. I'm not quite sure. But I know the account's not there right now. And then, like, at some point he was sharing, like, a DM that he took a screenshot where he was messaging someone where it's like... Before I even talk about that, many times he would, like, switch the name and profile pic of the account to that of random members of the group. I'm very thankful that my icon is just literally my logo, because otherwise he would have just taken my face, even though it's also like an emote. I don't know if he was able to put two and two together despite it having my name in the fucking emote, but I guess he's just fucking stupid. So thankfully he didn't use me, but he did end up trying to impersonate some of my friends. One of them, like, he's more of an associate. I haven't actually met him before this incident, but apparently other people knew of him. His name is Sean. Sean's name and face was put onto the account and stayed there for the longest. And someone messaged the dipshit. I'm just going to refer to him as dipshit because that's what he deserves to be called. Someone messaged him saying, hey, I have incriminating evidence that he's a child manipulator. I don't want to say the word because I don't want, like, YouTube thinking that I don't want to get the wrong idea, but, like, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And he's also sent me, like, dick pics before, and dipshit just goes, ew, that's gross, don't send me that. Yeah, sure, don't send me that obvious incriminating evidence that would definitely back up my case if I were to go public with it, which he did. And at the time I'm like, it's so obvious his real account is communicating with his anonymous account. Like, that much is very clear. Like, I was just so confident that that's what that was. But it turns out it actually was someone else. Apparently, Sean has had to deal with a lot of bullying online. Like, in his own words, like, I've had enough experience to know how to handle this kind of shit. And I'm just like, dude. Let me tell you, man, like, I don't know the guy personally, but from what I hear of him, like, he sounds like a chill guy. He seems fine. There's really no reason to dogpile on this guy. But apparently he's made some enemies for whatever reason, just for being online, I guess. Maybe he's just made himself an easy target. It's shit like this that makes me thankful that I'm, you know, still, like, relatively low-key enough on the internet. But, like, yeah, it was just some guy that had it out for him that was just trying to frame him. And it's like, that makes it even more stupid for dipshit to do. It's like, why would you not ask for any of this evidence? It's just like, oh yeah, I'd take your word for it. What the fuck? What is... No, that's not how that works. That is not how any of that works. And then, like, because of these accusations and the impersonation, according to Sean, he's never had... This is the most extreme he's ever had to deal with something. like this. So, while everyone and their mother was trying to report the account for slander and online abuse and all that, and Facebook not doing anything about it because they couldn't give a shit whether or not an Instagram account lives or dies, unless you literally have a million people trying to do it. So because of like all of this shit, he actually went out of his way to take legal action. Yeah, fuck like online justice. This is real justice now. From what I heard, it actually like cost him an internship opportunity. So he actually has grounds to stand on. This motherfucker, like, he's trying to get in contact with like the parents or whatever, and they just wouldn't do anything. I think they were just like ignorant to like the idea of what Instagram is, or the importance of the repercussions of what he was like doing. So it wasn't until he got an officer to come to his house and talk to the father, because this dipshit is a twink. He's like he went to my college, he went somewhere else. But like he's still like freshman, sophomore, real fucking young. And it wasn't until they got the police to talk to his father to convince him to like delete the account. He was like, no, please, I'll just like change it. Can I save it? No. Shit needs to burn to the ground. And thankfully I can say that account is no longer active. Thank God. I don't know why he thought he could just get away with that shit. For a while, it kind of looked like he could. From what I understand, Sean's not seeking any legal action anymore unless he does it again. So now it's all taken care of. And thankfully, all that stuff is gone. The best thing that I can say is that justice is served, and like because he took actions legally, that shit is on a permanent record, so he actually has that attached to his name, and he can pull that up for reference whenever he needs to, whenever Sean needs to. So thankfully everything is right with the world now, and I hope to never have to ever experience that dumb motherfucker ever again. So why do I bring this up? This was handled privately. It's all over. Why the fuck am I bothering to complain about it on my YouTube channel? Well, first of all, I ain't making a dedicated video about this shit. I was thinking about it. It'd be easy content to just shit all over this guy. Like, imagine the clickbait. Like, dude, I got fucking canceled. Isn't that pretty sweet? Nah. I doubt the guy even knew I had a YouTube, but I know he does. He plays Roblox with children. And he called Sean that word, huh? The reason I want to talk about it now is just, if for any reason, if those screenshots come to light, they're gone. Like, the only way I was able to access it is because I was sent a screenshot through DMs from a friend. But like, if I, for whatever reason, have to like address that shit, that's why. I'm not about people thinking that they can just like take advantage of their animosity and just use it as an excuse to burn people to the ground for no reason. I think cancel culture is a powerful tool that should be utilized to deplatform problematic people. But I do not see it as an excuse to get rid of everyone you disagree with. Because if everyone is canceled, then no one is. I feel like cancellation is a tool that's supposed to be used within the most extreme of circumstances. And unfortunately, because not everyone agrees with me on that, I have to go out of my way to try and future-proof my own defenses, because otherwise I'm just going to be accused of shit with no way to defend myself. So if I call it out now, no one can really say. And again, the shit that I shared is so obviously, like, even out of context, it's not that problematic. But, like, with the way that it's framed to be, it's like, I don't want this to be something that I have to deal with. I don't want this to be that any of my friends have to deal with either. And so that's why I'm mentioning it. And I don't want to give him the attention that he clearly wants by making a whole video on it. And instead, I'm stuffing it at the end of a video that I would very much appreciate other people watching up until that point. Especially if it's going to be in a video that he very obviously will not ever watch. But hey, what can you do? I also really needed to get off my chest because holy shit, I was pissed off. There's probably nothing more offensive to me than screen capping my actual conversations and then trying to use them against me. Regardless of its effectiveness, that pisses me off a lot. And I don't appreciate it. And that's where I'm going to end that. I guess getting back to, like, the real purpose of these videos, yeah, I've said everything I wanted to say about, okay. I've said everything I needed to say about, my videos so far. Bold-faced lies. In fact, I actually forgot to talk about a video that I helped with the production of off of my channel. I mentioned it somewhere before, but, I helped my friend make a video, and I think it came out really, really good, and I would highly recommend you check it out. Even if you don't give a shit about Neopets. I certainly don't, but I still found it entertaining and fascinating. So definitely check that out if you like my sense of humor, at the very least. Okay, thanks. Thank you again for watching. I guess future plans. I'm going to put all of my focus onto finishing up that final large-ass video. I can't promise that it's going to be the next one, but I can confidently say that it should be done within the year. I hope. Like, if I really push myself to do it, it'll take priority after this one. So I'll try to get it done as soon as I can. I might make some small stuff here and there in between just to satiate the fucking algorithm or whatever, like as if I'm actually playing up for it. Yeah, that's me. That's been me. I appreciate your time. If you don't already, I have an Instagram where I do a lot. I actually spent the entirety of a month and a half releasing artwork from the Nuzlocke one by one. So if you want to see, like, all the artwork I did for the Nuzlocke in full view, all the Pokemon, that's where you go to check it out. I really wish that I was able to get this shit done sooner so that David Dobrik wasn't canceled just as soon as I uploaded that one Cubchute pic. But, like, other than that, everything else should be fine. Everything else should be, like, good. Decent. I also make general art as well, and some shit posts. I like to do a lot of shit posts there. It's mostly shit posts. So if you just want to see, like, extra stuff that I make, that's where you'll go to find it. So yeah. Music's also on SoundCloud if you want to listen to that, but Redbubble, you can buy stuff there, but I'm more interested about the Instagram, honestly. Yeah, let me know if you think a Patreon would be a good idea. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that other shit. Okay, bye. Yeah, I still don't know how to end videos. I'm sorry.